all of you should now know what is meant by a mind map and how to produce your own mind map. A mind map is an easy way to get information into our brains when we are learning and out of our brains when we are working. It is a quick way to learn and it really works. It's a quick way to take notes that are not boring because you are interested in what you are doing, and it's one of the best ways to come up with ideas and planning projects. That magnificent brain thinks in colors and pictures. It's not just black and white. What pops into your head if I say the word house? Would it be a printout or more like a word written in a line like it would be on a page? Or do you get a picture in your mind? Maybe a picture of your own house. It would have been the picture of a house. Maybe your house, your grandparents' house, a house that you spend a lot of time in. But it would have been a picture and not the word. For our activity, you need blank paper. If it's not blank paper, if it's got lines on it, it's absolutely fine, whatever you have at hand. But you must have color pens because it just makes your pictures more appealing and it pops and it stays in your brain. And the most important material you need in your mind map toolkit is your brain because you want to make it interesting. Grade 2s, this is an example of a mind map. You don't need to do this slide. It's just telling you how to make a mind map. You draw a picture in the middle of the paper that sums up your main topic or subject. Here it was, what do animals need? And I've got pictures of animals, a horse, a dog, a hamster. You don't need to write anything just yet. Again, remember, this slide is just an example. You don't need to draw or write. It's showing you how you make a mind map. So there's the picture in the middle, and you have to draw thick lines from the picture to show your main ideas. Now here, with the mind map of what animals need, they need food, they need love, they need attention, they need shelter. I've left a few lines blank because you can think about what else you could add in there. So when I'm doing a mind map, I'm adding pictures. I change it from words to pictures. For shelter, I have a picture of a kennel now. For food, depending on the animal I have, it might be bird seed, a picture of bird seed that I could put in, or maybe some kibble. It just depends on what your topic is. But when you work on drawing pictures, you're going to remember better. So this is what a proper mind map would look like. Your subject in the middle and your pictures on the outside. And this is where our activity comes in. You are going to make a mind map of yourself. It's quite simple. Take a sheet of A4 paper, place it landscape. Draw a picture of your face in the middle with 5 branches coming out. That would be the thick lines that I spoke about earlier. Complete your mind map to show the things you like. So you basically have to think about 5 things that you like. Again, children, the slide you are looking at is an example. It could be Mrs. Maharaj when she's looking surprised. So if it's a person who likes animals, and then they say, oh, they like a dog or a cat. But you don't have to follow this. I want you to do a mind map of 5 things that you like. Maybe you like strawberries, so you could put that as your favorite fruit. Maybe you like playing tennis, so you could draw a tennis racket and a tennis ball because that's the sport you like. I'd like you to finish this mind map beautifully in color. Make it interesting. Think about the things that are important to you. And you'll bring it to school, and I'd love to have a look at it when we are back. Our phonics sound this week is the digraph th. T and her together say th. At the end of this PowerPoint, I have put a reference to a YouTube video with the th sound. The first word in list 1 is thank. To say thank you is to be polite. Theft. When something has been stolen, we say there has been a theft. Thin is the opposite of fat. It refers to something that's quite slender. Think is the wonderful activity you are able to do when you use your mind, your brain. A thong is like your flip-flops. It's a thin piece of rubber that goes between your toes. Thud is a sound that something might make when it falls. Those refers to a group of things. There, this is a word that often gets people confused. You need to remember that if the word there has EIR, we are talking about people. This is their classroom. Than is a word you use when you compare things. My piece of chocolate is smaller than his. Them is another word we use to refer to people. We will give them their books. So you're going to use the th words on Monday, and then you will see in the next slide I have an activity for you on Tuesday. List 2 words that end with the th sound. With. I went to the shop with Mum. With is together. A moth is an insect. Cloth is fabric. Broth is like a clear soup. When you are ill, Mum might give you chicken broth to drink. Froth is when you stir up liquid and you have bubbles. You put bubble bath into your bath water and it froths up. Tooth, one tooth, many teeth. 6th is an ordinal number for the number 6. 7th, again an ordinal number for the number 7. And 10th is the ordinal number for 10. So you're going to write these out on Wednesday, and then on Thursday you'll do both lists. Remember, you need to look at this carefully for the next phonic activity. I want you to complete this using the words from your list. Number 1, it is polite to say please and something you. Number 2, he is taller, something me. Number 3, we gave the teachers something books. Number 4, the bat hit the ball with a loud what? And number 5, a giraffe has a long something neck. On Thursday, I'd like you to write sentences with 5 of the words from list 2. Please number each sentence, write neatly, and make sure that you have your correct punctuation. Our comprehension is called Creatures of the Night. Have you ever thought about what happens outside at night while you are sleeping? Lots of other creatures are sleeping too. Maybe your dog or cat spends the night sleeping with you. If you live where there are deer, maybe a buck or a doe tiptoes beneath your window. In the morning, look for their tracks in the snow. The pretty little red fox may be out hunting for a meal. From the hen house, a chicken it may steal. The slow and clumsy opossum might pass by while nocturnal bats fly overhead in the sky. The beavers are out during the night, cutting trees and branches to make their dam just right. A porcupine might come to the stream to take a drink. There are more animals out than you might think. Morning comes, and as you raise your head, the nocturnal animals are ready for bed. I really liked this little passage. I'm sure you would have noticed there are lots of rhyming words. Window and snow, meal and steal, drink and think. Can you find any other words that rhyme? That means words that sound the same. So for the questions, these are multiple choice questions, children. You just need to write down the number and the word that is best suited. A buck and doe are A, foxes, B, deer, or C, raccoons. Choose the word that fits best and you can just write down the word. Number 2, a fox will eat A, plants, B, grain, or C, birds. Number 3, an opossum moves A, slowly, B, quickly, C, very fast. Number 4, the animal that dams up streams is the A, porcupine, B, beaver, C, raccoon. Number 5, an animal that can fly is the A, bat, B, deer, or C, beaver. There are other comprehensions for extension work at the end of the lesson, grade 2s. Your handwriting activity is the letter E. The small letter E is a straight line across, up, round, completely curved, down, up again, and it does not close at the end. Please write neatly, make sure that the letter is sitting on the line with the dot. It is the size of one line. The capital letter E is made up of straight lines. Your line goes from the top to the bottom. It takes up 2 lines, and then you go across. The capital letter E is much larger than the small letter E. Our sentence, Emma eats eggs every evening. Please write neatly. Do use your silver pencils. For the second handwriting activity, also make sure that you have the date in the heading. It is the letter F. The small letter F is curved at the top. The capital letter F is only straight lines. Both of these are tall letters, remember that. So you're going to do a line of the small letter F, a line of the capital letter F, and then both together so that you can see the size. And our sentence is, there are 4 Fridays in February. Well done, children. For those of you who would like to do a bit of extra work, ask Mum to log on to the Worksheet Cloud website. The dates that you should do are the 15th of May, the 14th of May, and the 12th of May. This is just extension for you. There's comprehension, and there's a bit of language and grammar. Also, I've given you the reference for a YouTube video with the th sound. Remember, children, all of the work does not have to be done on one day. You can break it up to do it over the week. Stay safe, and I will be speaking to you soon.